the interview. How's your journey today?
I'm good, but I'm a little nervous because of this interview, but I will do my best.
Just relax, because we only interview, not investigate you. So just be yourself. Okay, let me introduce myself first. My name is Zulfani Nadia Agustina, and my friends Rizky Isnani. Here we will be going through the interview with you today. Then we are asking you various of questions for your suitability for the role. So for the start, you could you introduce yourself first?
Good morning, Miss Rizky and Miss Zulfa. Let me introduce myself. My name is Yolla Amanda Putri Adiyansyah. You can call me Yolla. I come from Bandar Lampung. I'm 21 years old and I was born in Bandar Lampung on the 8th of July 2001. I like to read a book about education, and my last education is bachelor degree majoring in physics of education in University of Lampung.
Do you have any work experience in your daily life? I mean, like in the past, have you ever worked in some company or schools about your major?
Yes, I had been working experience in the news as physics teacher for 2 years.
Okay. Could you tell me about yourself, about your behavior, and then what your yourself, how know you well?
Okay, uh, I'm I am a positive person who has an enthusiastic outlook on life. I'm interested with teaching any people about anything, and I get a great sense achievement from seeing my students develop and grow as individuals. If I can have a positive impact on their future, I believe that I can do my job well. I am good in communicator with others, both in writing and verbally, and I have a strong ability to plan and organize effectively something which is crucial to the role of the competent teacher.
Wow, cool. So, as you said before, that you are an effective communicator, especially with a student, because you are want to be the teacher. Can you describe about your teaching style that if you pass this interview and be a teacher in our school?
As far as we know, student center is the best way that our Kemendikbud minister suggested. It will give many opportunities for students to grow more. Then, I upgrade my teaching style into family-centered on-class engagement. I adapt my teaching style in order to cater for everyone and make the materials as interesting as possible. I like to use group exercise, colorful PowerPoint slides, and even videos where possible to demonstrate my learning points. I believe this is something which increases student interest significantly and from my experience leads to a better learning experience overall. I am highly effective in behavioral management and focus on the three R's of respect, response, and the right way to learn. These have served me well over time. Finally, I have approachable, inclusive style of teaching that is sufficiently flexible enough to cater for a diverse range of learning style, needs, and requirements.
Then you said before that your teaching style is primarily centered on the class engagement. But as you know, in the class there are so many students that you must manage all of them. So how would you manage the behavior of your students in the classroom?
I would set boundaries from the get-go. This would involve three things: respect, respond, and direct approach to learning. Respect is the respect of each other and me, the teacher. Respond is the process in which we all abide by the classroom when either asking questions or answering questions. Direct approach to learning is getting the students to understand the benefits of learning and how this impact on the future. Of course, there are other facets to managing behavior on the classroom, including having a teaching style that is appropriate to the student's needs. But I feel strongly that it's important to set from boundaries from the outset that we all abide by. These boundaries I implement within my lessons have stood me in a good stead, and I really have behavior issues with my students.
As your answer that you say respect is the respect of each other and you as the teacher. So how would you cope with the pressure of teaching? As you know that you not all of the students respect of you. How you solve that problem and cope with the pressure of teaching?
I fully understand the pressure that are placed on the teacher, and I also understand the pressure placed on the school. The pressure needs to be managed effectively so that we all work together to save the aims of the school and meet the needs of students we are teaching. To begin with, I believe on proper, effective planning of both times and lessons. Planning helps significantly reduce stress a teacher. Secondly, I believe in meeting a positive and happy mindset. If you are happy and positive, this rub off on your work, college, and also the student you are teaching. Finally, I look after myself outside of work. I well and with list. I am not massive fitness fantastic. I often go walking and crazy on physical exercise to clear my head, and this also help to reduce stress too.
When you were introduce yourself, you said for that you have work experience around 2 years. So I wanna ask you, do you have any problems when you were in that job and how you deal with that problem and what you learned from that problem?
To be honest, the situation only happened in the early days of my teaching career, and I was quick learn from the mistake I made. I was called in at the last minute to cover a lesson for college as he had to go home on compassionate leave. I only had 2 hours to prepare for the lesson, and instead of using the time effectively to revisit the previous lesson plans handed over to me, I focused on what I thought would be right for the students to learn during my time with them. This proved to be a mistake. During the lesson, I had battled to maintain their concentration levels because they were not expecting the lesson I was delivering. I learned a lot from the experience, and it has never happened since. I always plan my lesson effectively, and if I am called to cover another teacher lesson, a short notice, I always look back over the previous lesson to make sure continuity is followed.
Okay, I will ask you. Why do you want to work for our school district?
I respect the school belief in teaching to the whole child. Your focus on academics, character, community, and natural fit perfectly with my own philosophy. It's easier to teach well-rounded students. The best lesson plan in the world cannot help a child who is struggling in all other areas of life.
Okay, why should we hear you to teach here?
I am well aware of your new technology. We were tasked with the same challenge at my last school. Thanks to my strong tech background, I was able to add online quizzes easily. The students loved them, and they cut administrative processing by 25%.
If we talk about the school, it means that it will relate with communication with student parents too. The trust of parents is the key of everything. Then, how do you communicate relationship with student parents?
I think it's really important to get to know the important family members in each student's life, which is why at the beginning of the school year, I like to invite parents to my classroom and have individual meetings with the families. I will also send out a survey to get a better understanding of the students' home life, needs, and family dynamic. Then, throughout the year, I always try to touch base with families to share positives, updates, and small wins about the student in addition to discussing any challenge the student might be facing academically or behaviorally.
Okay, good. Tell me about a time when you worked with a team to solve a problem.
In my last role as project coordinator set by a client, we were all a little frustrated because the project required a lot of precision, but we put our heads together and divided the work, even staying late a couple days to make sure we finish on time. I definitely don't think we could have accomplished it without working together, and I believe the same is true as a teacher. Working with other staff, you cannot go it alone if you are going to successfully improve upon a student's behavior.
Okay, once more. Tell me about a time when a situation changed and how do you deal with it?
When I was a camp counselor, I often had to keep campers entertained through rainy weather or a blip in the camp schedule. The first time it happened, we didn't really know how to handle the group, so I decided to put it together on one-sheeter of activities and games we could use should we need to go off course in the future. I can confidently say no camper was disappointed with a change of schedule. They loved all the games, and our staff was relieved how smoothly things went after that first time.
Okay, the time is over and the interview has done.
Do you have any question, Miss Yola?
No, I don't have any question, Miss Zulfa.
Okay, thank you, Miss Yola, for your attendance to this interview. I hope you can pass this interview and can join with our school, be a physics teacher in our school. Thank you, Miss Yola.
Thank you.